Why did the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ married Aisha at the age of 9? And can one use this example to marry young girls?
Okay, the question of the sister is a very good question, mashallah. The question of the sister is, why did the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why did he marry Aisha at such a young age? And can we use that as an example for us to marry young girls the same age today? Is that right? So let's answer this question. It's a good question, and it's an easy question. Now the why of it, nobody knows except Allah. Because the Prophet ﷺ never married any woman except it came to him from wahy.
If you believe God told a 53-year-old man to hook up with a 9-year-old, yeah.
What does it mean? What is wahy? The Prophet ﷺ never went around looking at women and select this one or select that one or say, yo, check this out. Tell her I like to marry him or marry her. No.
Do slaves and concubines count? Because he hooked up with plenty of them. Did Allah tell him that when the king of Egypt sent him a Coptic Christian girl as a slave and she bore him a son Ibrahim and he never married her? Did Allah tell him to hook up and have a son with someone who wasn't his wife? Did Allah sanction that?
So why he got Aisha? We don't know that, because where did the order come from? Hello? Allahu Akbar. So the kafir, the non-Muslim, who's not able to understand and recognize they're between the sky and the earth, they suspended because what? They're ignorant. They don't know. They don't understand the premise of revelation, so they can't appreciate that. But those who can appreciate revelation understand that prophets, alayhi salam, were ordered to do things that we don't understand, that we call mu'jiza. We call it miracle.
No, we understand exactly what's going on here, and it ain't got nothing to do with revelation. Look, the guy wanted to marry his adopted son's wife, and when Allah revealed it to him that, yeah, you can go ahead and take her, so tell your son to divorce her, Aisha literally said, wow, it sure does seem like the Lord hastens to answer your request and fulfill your desires.
She was the daughter of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And who was Abu Bakr Siddiq? Abu Bakr Siddiq, he was a well-known man in Mecca, right? Well-known, honest. He was an aristocrat, a very influential man. He was the supporter of the Prophet ﷺ. He was a companion of the Prophet ﷺ. And Aisha was his daughter. So one day the Prophet ﷺ said to him, from the inclination he got from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, Abu Bakr, he says, do you love me? Abu Bakr said, Ya Rasulullah, I sacrificed my mother and my family for you. He said, then I would like to ask you for your daughter in marriage. It was very normal for them to ask for the daughter of a man when she was 9 or 10, so that that daughter could come and move with the family. Not sleep with him, but come and move with that family, so he could observe her, she could observe him, so by the time she got to the age where she could have sexual relationships and have children and intimacy, they would have already built a bond. You understand that? Do you understand that? So the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't sneak around someplace to get her phone number. He didn't try to meet with her somewhere. He wasn't eyeballing her. He was not desiring her. This was his best friend. And who was Abu Bakr? Abu Bakr was one of the most respectful people of Mecca, of the Quraysh. So if some crazy, foolish, ignorant, corrupt, hating people wants to call the Prophet ﷺ a pedophile, na'udhu billah, then that means that the mother, the father of Aisha, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and Hani, I forget his wife's name, that means they would have had to facilitate the Prophet ﷺ in being, doing a pedophile relationship. Would that be correct?
Yes, the parents were complicit in this whole thing, but that's how cults work. When one man claims to be the only authority and spokesperson for God, well then, he has godlike power over other mere human beings.
And it is within the context of what the Arab urf, that means the Arab society. What is well known to them, what is legal, what is decent, what is dignified, what is halal, what is clean. So the Prophet ﷺ could not have been asking to do something that was abnormal. It had to be something that was normal.